Welcome back to another trade review. Today is February 12th. It is 7:58 p.m. Couple hours past market close. Took two trades today. Two puts, one on SPY, one on QQQ, for a total profit of 4.15%. Relatively small profit today. Ending off on the day, SPY is slightly down and QQQ is in the green. But getting into the trades that I made, first one on SPY was a put, of course, and that was kind of moving towards that 10 a.m. mark, which typically kind of tells you the market direction. However, there was some news that did come out, I believe, during around this time. Market was mostly red, although we were recovering from this pre-market drop. We had about $6 drop around 8:30. I did not look at the market until about 10 minutes before open. Saw this big drop. Figured there would be some type of retracement just because of how big this candlestick is here. But once we kind of retrace a little bit, I'd say about a quarter of the way, got into a state of overbought on the 5-minute, which I was also watching in the moment. We had 5 green candlesticks here coming up and then topped out. And that is when I got in my put around 9:41. Which wasn't the best entry. I did not get at this top here. I was looking for a retrace back down here and then possibly back down here as well. So I actually got in this trade at 9:41. So I was looking for a retracement here. It did not. It kept moving up, so I had to adjust my stop loss. Still saw this market in red. The news was not anything positive, so just did not make sense to me to continue moving up. It's basically looking for a possible retracement up. Of course, you're going to have some moves down, but did not. Either retracement or moving down a little bit like it did. But yeah, I got on my put at 9:41 and decided to hold. And while I was in that position, also entered a put in QQQ at 9:45, so about 4 minutes later. But at this point, or it moved even higher up, still in that overbought. So I was in 2 puts, which I typically do not do because of my confidence in my indicators. I decided to basically double up 1 contract less than I was in on SPY, and pretty much moving into this 10 a.m. that kind of sets the market direction. Typically, a lot of times they'll be in the red on watching the top stocks, and by 10 a.m. they might turn to green. If they stay red, that adds a little bit of confidence in addition to being overbought. And we can see the volume started to dwindle down as well as the candlestick size. So once I was in this trade and it moved up a little bit, I was looking just pretty much for a move back down, retracing some of these levels here. So I sold right at the bottom of this wick. Was initially planning on setting my stop loss, or my take profit around here, possibly here. But considering I was in the red on my trade on SPY, I was cautious. So I had the news that was essentially negative news, which I didn't pay too much attention to. Pretty much got in a comfortable position, sold at the bottom here, and when I closed that trade, at the same time I closed the SPY trade right at the bottom here, and as you can see we moved up a little bit and then ultimately back down a little bit more before coming significantly back up during the day. Was anticipating a movement up during the day, but I saw an opportunity to get in some puts on the way back down. We're testing some of these levels down here. Closed those positions at the exact same time, with the SPY trade being in the negative and the QQQ trade essentially making me double what the SPY trade had lost. So not too bad. Sometimes you will have to adjust your stop loss and take profit. Risks to reward for me going into that trade was not too bad at all, considering what price was doing. Seemed like things were slowly dying down on the way up there, and that's what the information showed me. And that is pretty much it for today's trades. To relatively small trades again. Seems to be my pattern, but definitely catching pretty good times, taking profit, getting into the trade. My timing could be a little bit better, and that would definitely help me in terms of profit. But that's it for today. Looking forward to tomorrow, Thursday, to see what's in store on the market.